So we've changed the lighting, which looks a lot better, and we've got a character here that will move left and right and shoot blips. Now let's have a look at our other character up here. So let's go into the object tool again, and let's program this in just a second. But before we do that, lots of games like Space Invaders have paths in them. These are paths that the enemy objects move on. So let's add a path. So this is the paths tool, and I want just a plain path. There are lots of different types of paths, but I just want a plain path. And I'm going to make this path the same color as my alien there, my saucer, so I'm going to make it green. Doesn't have to be, but I'm just going to make it green so I remember. So I'm just moving this, and I'm just using the left stick to add the paths. I'm just placing these nodes so that our saucer will move down the nodes as it comes down the screen. They don't have to be absolutely spot on exact, just close enough so it's going to work, and that's just spot on. So when I've finished that, I'm just going to press B to be done. And if we look at that now, if we look out, you see this character here is going to come down the screen and eventually bump into this if we don't shoot it first. So let's program the saucer to follow that path. So we'll just say, we won't say anything for when, we'll just say move, and we'll say on path, and we can actually say the color of the path, and as I said earlier, it's the green path. So move on the green path, and let's see what happens when we do that. So let's run it. So you can see it will move down the screen. Great, so we know that works. Okay, so let's now get it to shoot something. So we'll say, we'll just use the timer for this. So we'll say timer, and let's say every 2 seconds we want to shoot. Let's shoot blips, and let's shoot a blip south, and let's make that blip green because it's coming from the green object, and let's see what happens with that. Okay, so that's working. So we need to now say what happens though if we go down here. What happens if we bump into this? So first of all, you'll notice that my my saucer isn't on the bottom line. So let's move it on top of that line so that the saucer we're fighting against will definitely bump into us if we don't shoot it. So I'm just going to pick it up and just zooming in there a little bit. And now I'll just drop it on the line. That's close enough. Now then, I need to program this one and say when it bumps into a saucer that is white, which is the one we have, I'm going to let's damage it. Let's make we'll say 10 points of damage. So that will take 10 points off the life of my saucer whenever it gets bumped. So let's try that. Keep bumping me to blow me up. That's not too bad. What I'd like to do though is be able to see the health of my saucer. So if I hover over my saucer, I can now press X to bring up its settings, and if I click on show hit points, I now have a little green health bar. And if I try and see how the health bar comes down as I get shot, if I get bumped, it'll go down really quickly. There. So we've now got a health bar there. But it would be better if once a saucer bumps into me, it blows up. So let's go back into the program for the saucer, and we'll add a little condition. We'll say, as well as damage, we'll also add blow up. So I'm just going to take this line 4, put the pencil over the 4, press A, and bring it in. And then just go to the do part and say combat boom me. So this will make 10 points of damage and blow up this saucer when we bump into it. So let's try running that. So I took some damage and the other saucer blew up. So that's quite good for our game. Okay, we'll do some more of this when we do the next video.